I think it's consistency of like the relationship. Like that's what it was for me. It was like
that's so sweet. The consistency of my relationship.
Sounds like I just settled.
No, but it was just like
it was just going like this, and I was like, yeah. And welcome to Careful Boys, where we are currently afraid of everyone.
All the time.
And today, we're talking about the moment that you realized your partner was the one. Was there a situation, perhaps they said a phrase, a turn of phrase. They touched you in a weird way.
I think we should start with Nick. You know why? Because I feel like all of us have a little bit of life experience. So I think through life experience, you're like, okay, no, I don't like this. Oh, I kind of like the Toyota Camry. But Beamers are kind of cool. And you're like, oh, you know what? But I really like the Lincoln, right? For you,
he knew since high school.
Yeah, you're like, Hyundai. And then you're like, I want the Hyundai the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
he was like Elantra all the way.
Yeah, this will just call it a Hyundai.
No, he got in his driver's school car and he's like, I don't ever want another car.
Yeah.
2 steering wheels.
So you still has the student driver sticker in the back?
2 steering wheels.
Never want another one.
Like, how did you know, and how were you like, I don't care that I'm only like 17, the most dumbest time of my life, making bad decisions, but I'm gonna stick to it. How'd you know?
Look, me marrying Tiff, total mistake. Me staying with her for fucking 15 years, total mistake. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of lame, but
15 years?
No, less.
You're a high schooler.
Yeah. So when we started dating, well, we were always friends, and I just always thought it was definitely not just one moment. It was just like, okay, I think we have similar values, we have similar interests and things that like.
What kind of values did you have in high school, though?
Whatever high school values you have in your head.
No,
like,
but what do you have?
Like, I thought she was very loyal at the time. I thought she was like a real sweet gal, you know? And I just thought she would laugh at my jokes. That was fucking
It's very important.
It's a good value.
So you felt important and funny.
Yeah, probably.
Because my values in high school was, if I got down, is she gonna jump in?
Yeah, that wasn't my value at that time.
And then the other one is,
If
I went to jail, is she gonna stay loyal and visit me?
I felt, okay, so you take that
Don't
mindset,
laugh, you know those are probably yours too.
But you take that mindset, and I felt like she was that kind of girl for me. Like, she'd always have my back. I felt like she was a writer, you know? The way she was with her family, I liked that. I liked the fact that she would spend time with her family all the time, and she wasn't a fucking slirt, you know what I mean? She wasn't out here hoeing in these streets, so I really like that.
Hoeing in these streets.
Talk about my high school values, if we're thinking about the lens of what I was thinking about that
And
time.
then that narrowed it down to 1. I feel like that's at least 400.
Yeah, but then
You slut shamed a lot of people.
But if they like me back though,
Oh,
that's when it was like, okay,
That brought it down to 1.
You brought it down to 1.
That's 1 of 1, man. Yeah, you're right.
So if you like me, that's a big one, dude.
That's a red flag.
Yeah. If you just hold my hand for 5 minutes, I'm like, I think I'm gonna marry you. But honestly, like, that was part of the mindset of how we started dating. I just thought she was a good person. I really felt that.
you never went like.
But what the fuck did I know, though?
Isn't there other fishes?
Yeah.
You never
But
had the other fish ideas mentality?
I felt like I talked to a lot of different people, and I felt like she stood out different. Like, she just was
I see.
different.
So she did stand out.
I would talk to like random people here and there, and I'd be like, oh, there's something that it was more of a feeling, really.
Something special.
It was like
You were doing test drives somewhere else?
we just hit it off.
Did you ever get the feeling that, like, if I don't get her now, someone else will, and then I'll never?
And somebody,
Wow.
one of the homies was trying to holler, and I was like, hey,
He's
bro.
got a real
and that was one of the first times I had to have a conversation with them, and I was like, hey, man, like,
Back off, that's mine.
You knew I was talking, bro. Like, you better fucking chill, dude.
What do you say?
You really had that conversation?
I didn't think I was ever that guy, but I did. I did have that
roll your sleeves
conversation.
up while you-
Dude, I rolled them all the way up here.
Was she laughing at his jokes? Huh? Was she laughing at his jokes?
You know what's funny is, like, back in the day, he was trying to like dunk on me all the time.
Oh, he's like roasting.
In front of her?
Yeah. He was
He's like
trying to,
Dave Chappelle and Nutty Professor.
Yeah. He was like dunking on me, and I was like, oh. And I remember from that day on, I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a thing.
So he didn't even really like her. He just wanted to. Like,
I don't know if he really.
Or maybe that was his way of trying to dominating you in front of her, so then it's like.
Yeah, and he was trying, and I was thinking, I was like, okay, we'll see.
When you confronted him, was he like, may the best man win?
He kind of was. He kind of did have that energy.
Really?
He kind of had that energy.
And then you got her, and then what happened? Did you rub it in his face?
Nah, we just didn't really like.
I would have made out in front of him all the time.
be grabbing that ass in front of him right over.
Just making out with her with your eyes open, looking at him.
This dude was a little Casanova. Like he would holler. He had like so many different girlfriends. Like he was like one of those guys.
Oh yeah.
And I just remember I was like, nah, bro, you ain't gonna fuck.
So she's like disposable to him. Like he would just want the next one.
I have no idea. I have
You
no.
know, like a lot of them are like that.
Yeah, like he's not trying to plant long term seeds.
shit.
Yeah.
They could
Okay,
have.
she just want me. I just
She
move on.
could have. They could have gotten married. It could have been them two, you know. But
And the pugs.
But at the time, no, never fucking that, dude. Those
They probably would have had Rottweilers.
Rottweilers.
But yeah, I just think at that time, that's how I thought. Obviously my vision was this narrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just felt like it was easy to hang out with her. It was easy to crack jokes and have fun, and it was easy to have a relationship with her.
But that's what got you in a relationship with her, and then you're like prom king. That's just important to know because that's amazing.
Yeah.
But when was it like you were like I'm gonna tie this knot?
It took fucking 10 years, dude.
Wow, 10 years?
We were on like year 9, 8 when we really started having conversation of. Well, I just always imagined like I'm with you, so my intention is to be with you for as long as we can make it work, right?
When did you come to that conclusion? Like what was the thing that like tipped it over the edge?
I think it's consistency of like the relationship. Like that's what it was for me. It was like nothing really changed that much to the point where like
That's so sweet. The consistency of my relationship.
Sounds like I just settled.
no, but it was just like
It was just going like this, and I was like, yeah. That's chill.
it was home run, but it was like proof over time, right? It's like this person has my back. We support.
I think the word might be
Yeah.
reliability or like, yeah.
That's too.
Like the trust in the.
I think romantic stagnation.
Like still water.
I felt like I couldn't. It was more of like I just wanted to be with her all the time. Like that was it. Like that's what it really was. Like I didn't want to not hang out with her. Anytime I would hang out with other friends, I'd be like, man, it'd be great if fucking my wife or my girlfriend.
And all your friends are like, God damn.
She's so annoying, you know. But it just that's what it kind of was. It was just that I just fucking love that broad, dude. I fucking love that B word.
Way to pull it out at the end. You were nosediving, dude.
You know? Didn't have many other options.
Yeah.
Just comfortable.
Yep.
Didn't have to try.
No, it was just easy, dude.
That was so romantic.
That was CUNY.
I love that bitch. Dude. I mean, I love her.
We should go to so one with the least amount of experience doing one who has had a 4,000 person body count. And one with the most experience.
No, that's not.
All over
That's
Indonesia.
not even that's not an internet rumor at all.
Because that means she really stood out.
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah, she had to.
I just settled, dude. You
okay, fine. She was a needle in a haystack.
How did she stop
Hey, that's
you
like Nina
from
in
your
a haystack? That's dope.
How did she stop you from your player ways?
Because weren't you going through on a rampage through like Sweden, Turkey?
Wasn't it like an Indiana Jones map and your plane was like going all over the fucking place?
I heard dancers are as promiscuous as traveling nurses.
I heard that too.
Okay, fucking no. Just no. Alright?
That's probably why you get sick all the time. You're jizzing all the time.
Yeah. You have old STDs that come back.
Isn't there a term for that?
What?
Like when you crack your knuckles and shit.
Okay. Anyway. Trying to follow the romantic train, okay?
It's hard, isn't it? It's fucking hard.
We're on the magic carpet here, okay? Whole new world, alright?
Nah, we're gonna shut down everything you said.
Don't zing it, guys. We're almost out of time.
We're all married guys.
We're gonna zing you, dude.
Okay, so to be honest, I think I mentioned this before, but to be honest, when I first started dating Nina, we went on one date, and then I went to like China for like 3 weeks, and I totally thought it was gonna end.
Is that the kite date?
Yes, it was the kite date.
Cute.
Damn, your first one is that romantic?
It's experience.
I can never keep up with you, man.
That's experience.
Wait, remind me the kite date real quick.
He went to the beach and bought a kite with
He's
her,
just
and they
fucking
flew together.
romantic as fuck.
You already ruined it for him.
Anthony's fucking romantic.
I think the difference is women should get with dancers because they're romantic. But if you want to get with comedians,
Your whole life's a joke?
and if you want to get with a fighter, he just wants stable.
Yeah, I just want you to have my back all the time. I want you to do things for me.
Yeah, so I went on like a 3-week trip, so I was like, I don't know if this is gonna last, but I just ended up talking to her every day still, and I was like, oh shit, this like works out. But that was like the beginning of my like hardcore travel like entire generation. So I was like, I was never home for longer than 3 weeks at a time for like for the next like 6 years.
Today's video is brought to you by Coffee Meets Bagel. So if you've been watching this OTR, I know you're curious about relationships. You might be single and thinking like, you know what? All these apps out there, people just want to hook up these days. I want something serious. Well, good thing Coffee Meets Bagel is a pretty solid app for that, because if you guys know our buddy TJ, he was here on JKnews. His fiance now, he met on Coffee Meets Bagel. It's a romantic story. And so proof right there that you can find somebody that you can love forever and ever with, and they got a bunch of serious people right there.
Yeah, 91% of people that's on Coffee Meets Bagel is looking for a serious relationship, which is cool, because that means you're gonna get people that play less games.
Yep.
People have the same goals in mind.
Yep.
And you ever hear like people go, why are you looking for your wife at the club? You ain't gonna find her.
Yep.
That's the hard part. If you go to one of these apps where everyone is just dating, everything's very casual, you're not gonna meet the person of your dream that you're trying to settle down with.
And what's cool is like, they also encourage you, if you are just looking for something casual, to go to a different app. So they maintain the user base is always a majority of people that are looking for serious relationships.
So if you're interested in Coffee Meets Bagel, click the description below. They also have Instagram. You can follow them, Coffee Meets Bagel. TJ is just one of the many success stories that we actually know about. If it was up to me, if I wasn't in a serious relationship right now and I was looking to settle down, I would for sure use Coffee Meets Bagel myself as well.
So go out there and find your future lover and get into a serious relationship with Coffee Meets Bagel.
At that point or whatever, you know what I mean? So I think what that did to me though is that like in a weird way also kind of kept it like stagnant. I could never get too far into or out of the relationship. It was always like maybe we'd get in like a fight and then I'd leave, and then distance would make the heart grow fonder and we'd come back and be like settled. You know what I mean? Or like maybe things would go really, really great and then I would leave and then it would be like, oh shit, I just miss her, and then
How come you didn't want to keep it open because you're traveling so much? You didn't want to go like, hey, like let's just...
I think I was just getting older. I think when I was like younger, like before I started dating her and I was traveling, like from time to time, I wasn't traveling as frequently, but I was still traveling. I think that was like definitely fun.
Yeah.
But you're like young too, you know what I mean? So like you just have different values. You just want to, you know, make sure she don't rat on you when you're in jail.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you're thinking.
Those are 16-year-old morals.
But that being said, I feel like I was just, you know, I was never really able to like evolve the relationship because I was only home for like 3 weeks at a time. So that was like all the time we'd get together. And then also for her, she was like, you know, going into like, you know, like not she finished undergraduate and she was going into like getting her extra credit to get into like, you know, her medical school type stuff and whatnot. So like she was on a whole educational like higher educational phase, which was really, really focused as well. But it wasn't until COVID actually. So COVID was when I had to stop traveling, and then she was like doing homeschool and stuff like that, you know, our online courses, and we got stuck in this little ass arts district box by ourselves, and that forced us to stay there. And you remember that was like months that we weren't allowed to like go out, and it was like lockdown. And so that I feel like was the fucking first time we really got tested if we could like do this thing.
What made you guys even want to move in?
We were living together from like we started dating in 2000.
Just out of convenience? Like, hey, we should just move in with each other?
She had already started living with me in like 2017, I think. And we, you know, just like sharing the spot, because other than that, she was like basically either at like her college apartment before when we started dating to like living back with her parents or whatnot. So I was just like, you could just move in with me, you know, and then, you know, she was just kind of kicking at my spot. And then from there, it was like we were living together in Arts District, and then she like, for real, we just had to stay together. And I feel like that was our first real test, you know. And then like when like maybe a month and a half went by and I like wasn't leaving and I was like seeing her every day, you know, when you wake me, you can't escape. There was a part of me I was a little concerned because I was like, I've never done this with her before. Yeah. But it just got way better, and it just like fucking evolved into this place I just had never experienced with her before.
And then you didn't want to escape.
And then from there I was like, you know what? She's just my girl.
Yeah, dude.
I just love that broad.
I just love that broad. You know?
I want to lock down this relationship.
Yeah.
We should get shirts that says, I just love that broad.
Yeah.
That's
That's like the most boomer shit ever.
It's gonna sell like hotcakes.
That's what they did coming home from WW2, dude.
That one photo with the sailor bending like tipping the chick over.
I love that broad.
Good broad.
She's sturdy. She's
a good broad.
She's a sturdy broad.
she's stable,
Does the laundry great.
and she's reliable.
She made some mean casserole.
And then, so I just feel like it was maybe 2019, 2020, that part of all that COVID time took me to like really just fall in love into different levels and not be able to leave. And it was then that, it was during COVID that I proposed to her.
That's tight.
That's tight. Jeez.
So yeah, love that broad.
Love that.
Love
beaver,
it.
dude.
She's a good broad.
Good broad. Hey, that was very sweet. How come you guys didn't interrupt him the whole time? What's going on?
Because they fucking hammered me at the beginning, alright?
We got you good.
Who are we gonna popcorn, Bart?
He knows how to tell a good story too.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe Ryan, because he's one of the more recent ones.
Oh yeah, we're all
More
married.
recent.
He isn't.
Oh yeah, mine's super clear because it was like at a time. I think she actually caught me at a really bad time because that's when I was like living in a house that was having like parties every other day, and like I was
Too much a pussy.
yeah. Well, I was just hanging.
He's like, yeah.
I wasn't trying to like hang out with any one person ever.
Too much a pussy.
And then she came along, and we had been friends for years. We'd even like worked together and done certain jobs. And then once I started hanging out with her more, I was like still kind of on the fence about it. I was like, I don't know if I want to like put that much time into it. And she knows this. And I was just kind of like, do I want to keep doing this? And then one day I told her, I was like, hey, like, I thought I was so fucking being so honest and cool. I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm kind of hanging out with a lot of people right now, so I don't know if I want to, like, stick around.
Boo!
Player, Ryan.
It's so stupid to think about, but, like, you know, like, because normally guys don't, like, I thought I was doing a cool thing by, like, let me let you in on what's going on around me.
I love that voice.
Just to be like, but, and then,
Just to let
and
you
then,
know, I'm transparent.
It's so yeah. I thought I was like, I thought it was so cool for being transparent. Yeah, but it's such a stupid thing.
Turns around with a pipe in his mouth.
Yeah.
This is when you do this chair thing. Hey. Just gotta let you know. I've seen a lot of people.
The shades too.
A gentleman never tells how many, but you know.
And then,
it's
but then the
happening.
thing is, she's because we were friends. Like she's seen me be myself, my true actual self. She never saw me turn it up to be cooler or be anything else. And she's been to those same parties and everything, so she gets the environment. And then when I told her that, she had this vibe of like, all right. She's like,
All right, you loser.
That's a great reaction.
she's like, what are you telling me? She's like, why are you telling me? As if like me telling her had some real estate. She's like, why do you need to tell me that? Like you don't. It felt like you don't have me, so why are you saying it as if like you're not doing me a favor, kind of a thing. And I was like,
Her name is Smack.
yeah. And it literally like I could not stop thinking about her after that. And I was like,
Damn.
Now she's the player.
Did you pull your hat over your
bagged me.
eyes?
while she's still in front of me. It was just a thing where like, and I never had somebody like just be that confident about like, dude, I have my own life. Like I'm not revolving around you. You know what I mean? Like I may not be here tomorrow. You know, it's not just about where you want to be.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck, dude, that's dope. And then it just made me, you know, like when you meet a girl that just does the opposite of so many things you're used to, you just are like, it's so drawn to it. And this was a positive thing because it took me out of my own stupidity, my own like ego of like, I make all the decision about my life, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, you do, but also like, when you come face to face with a person like that, it's so 50-50. And like, to even think you're 51-49 is like, bro, like, chill out a little bit.
You're
know?
silly, yeah.
Yeah, so from there, I wasn't so like, it wasn't so much that I was like, oh, she's the one, but I did know, whatever she is, I don't think there's any others of that.
Oh, wow.
So that's where I started to take her like more seriously. And I was like, I need to just be a better fucking human. Like, this is scum.
The next day you're like, just to let you know, like, I've been hanging around less people now.
And then she's like, oh my god.
As I'm like in a hammock with a martini.
How do you court her after she basically just fucking packed the ball out of your fucking face?
But that's the thing is I didn't court her because I would have courted her if I thought I was the shit. But because of that, I was like, dude, we fucking know each other. I don't need to like glitter this shit up. I'm like, hey,
Like play games or whatever the fuck.
let's go do things that we fucking like.
Okay.
And that's it. Like, you want a fucking banana custard? That's our fucking day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to like, you know, go on fucking Carnival Cruise Lines and shit. It's not that that's like the coolest thing, but it was very like, it was the most like.
It's up there though.
It does sound kind of fun though. I've never even done that before.
We're all gonna do it together. So watch.
But you didn't feel like you have to like put up a front or be extra about anything.
Oh,
You never
my-
felt like, I want to get to know the real Smack. And I want you to know who the real Ryan is.
That's the problem is that, well, not the problem, but like the cool thing is that when I never dated anybody that was my friend.
Because she
ever.
saw you in your true element.
Ever.
Yeah.
And I think like when you reach that, I was like, we don't have to be like, what's the real you, what's the real me? It's like, we fucking know that. Let's just sit in the pocket more.
That's a friend zone
Yeah.
love story.
Yeah, it really was like it's crazy how many years I'd known her and then we got closer in just the most like, I guess genuine way. Like no fancy shit, just nothing but like, what's your life? What's my life? Let's just fucking parallel that shit a little better. Yeah.
That's tight.
That's a lobbers. That's cool.
All right, we're gonna have to do a part 2 on this one, guys, because we still got 3 more.
Wait. I love that broad. I love that fucking broad, huh?